the Green River Killer, a name that has become etched in the annals of American crime history. The name itself sends chills down the spine, evoking a sense of dread and unease that lingers even decades later. It conjures images of terror and despair, of lives cut short and families left in anguish. For years, the Seattle area lived under a cloud of fear as young women, often living on the margins of society, disappeared without a trace. These women, many of whom were vulnerable and struggling, became easy prey for a predator lurking in the shadows. Their bodies, sometimes discarded like trash, were found in or near the Green River, a grim testament to a monster in their midst. The river, once a symbol of natural beauty, became a haunting reminder of the horrors that had taken place. Each discovery of a body brought a renewed sense of dread, a chilling reminder that the killer was still out there, lurking, waiting to strike again. Gary Ridgway, the man behind the moniker, became a symbol of pure evil, a figure whose actions defied comprehension. His arrest and subsequent confessions revealed a mind consumed by darkness. His name synonymous with unspeakable acts, Ridgway's legacy is one of pain and suffering. The shadow he cast over the Green River and the lives he destroyed will never be forgotten. Born in 1949, Gary Ridgway seemed on the surface remarkably average. He grew up in Utah, later moving to Washington State. He worked as a truck painter, a seemingly normal job that masked a deeply disturbed mind. Those who knew him described him as quiet, even unremarkable. Yet beneath this veneer of normalcy lurked a darkness that would explode into horrific violence. Ridgway's victims were primarily young women, many involved in sex work or struggling with addiction. He preyed on their vulnerabilities, luring them with promises of money or drugs. His method was chillingly efficient: strangulation, often with his own hands. He disposed of their bodies in wooded areas, often near the Green River, attempting to erase their existence and his crimes. Justice, confessions, and unanswered questions. The investigation into the Green River killings was long and arduous. Detectives worked tirelessly, piecing together clues from various crime scenes, hoping to find a breakthrough. The vast number of victims, coupled with Ridgway's careful planning, made him incredibly difficult to catch. Each new discovery seemed to lead to more questions than answers, and the community was gripped with fear. Finally, in 2001, DNA technology, then in its relative infancy, provided the crucial link investigators needed. The meticulous work of forensic scientists, analyzing samples and comparing them to known profiles, was instrumental in cracking the case. Ridgway was arrested and charged with the murders of 4 women, though he was suspected of many more. His arrest brought a sense of relief to the community but also left many unanswered questions about the true extent of his crimes and the lives he had affected. Scars on the Landscape, Changes in the Wind. The title itself evokes a sense of foreboding and transformation, hinting at the deep and lasting impact of the events that unfolded. The impact of Ridgway's crimes on the families of the victims was immeasurable. Each life lost was a world of potential and dreams, cruelly cut short. The families left behind were plunged into a nightmare of grief and loss, their lives forever altered. Lives were shattered, futures stolen. The pain and sorrow etched on the faces of those who loved the victims tell a story of unimaginable heartache. Memorials and vigils became a way for the community to come together, to mourn, and to remember. The sheer scale of his brutality left an indelible mark on the community and the nation. News reports and media coverage brought the horror into homes across the country, creating a collective sense of shock and mourning. The neighborhoods where these crimes occurred were forever changed, haunted by the memories of what had happened. However, from the ashes of this tragedy came a renewed focus on investigative techniques. Law enforcement agencies were galvanized into action, determined to prevent such horrors from happening again. The meticulous work of detectives and forensic teams became a beacon of hope in the darkness. Law enforcement agencies across the country learned from the Green River case, adopting new technologies and strategies for tracking serial killers. Training seminars and collaborative meetings became crucial in sharing knowledge and improving methods. The use of computer technology and advanced forensic techniques marked a new era in criminal investigations, aiming to bring justice and prevent future tragedies.